You're eating foods every day that are killing your kidneys, even though you think they're healthy. When you have kidney disease, it's critical to limit your intake of sodium, potassium, and phosphorus. Let's talk about some of the foods that are destroying your unhealthy kidneys. Avocados. Avocados are often recommended as a healthy food due to their numerous health benefits. They are high in beneficial fats, fiber, and antioxidants. However, those with kidney issues should be cautious. Avocados are delicious, but if you have kidney disease, you should monitor your potassium intake. On a normal diet, a person with healthy kidneys consumes around 4,700 milligrams of potassium per day. However, for those experiencing kidney discomfort, it is recommended to aim for a potassium intake between 1,500 and 2,700 milligrams. This means limiting the consumption of avocados and other potassium-rich foods. A single avocado contains about 700 milligrams of potassium. Individuals with kidney disease can still include avocados in their diet, but they should only consume a quarter of the fruit to reduce their potassium intake. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are a fruit that may not be suitable for a renal diet due to their high potassium content. They can be enjoyed raw in a stew or sauce and are versatile in the kitchen. However, just 1 cup of tomato sauce can contain as much as 728 milligrams of potassium. While tomatoes are a staple in many cuisines, there are tasty low potassium alternatives available. Ultimately, your personal preferences will determine which low potassium option you choose. For example, roasted red pepper sauce can be just as delicious with fewer calories. Spinach. It's surprising that the spinach Popeye ate for strength can actually harm people with kidney disease due to the presence of oxalates. Oxalates are found naturally in many foods. Calcium oxalates make up 80% of kidney stones. To prevent kidney stones, those who suffer from them should aim for a daily oxalate intake of 40 to 50 milligrams. Unfortunately, spinach contains about 100 milligrams of oxalates per serving, so it should be avoided. Additionally, spinach has high levels of potassium, ranging from 136 to 290 milligrams per cup. Although cooking leafy vegetables reduces their volume, it does not affect the potassium content. Therefore, when cooked, raw spinach loses a significant amount of volume, resulting in a higher quantity of potassium in half a cup of cooked spinach compared to raw spinach. Please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so as not to miss new informative videos. Pickles. Pickle jars are commonly found in households, but it's important to consider your kidney health before committing to an all-pickle diet. Instead of delving into potassium, let's focus on sodium. For a healthy adult, the recommended daily intake of salt is between 1,500 to 2,300 milligrams. Curious about the amount of sodium in a single pickle? It's close to 1,200 milligrams, which is roughly 80% of your daily limit. Foods like pickles, processed olives, and relish that are cured or pickled often have high salt content. Consuming excessive sodium can lead to health issues such as high blood pressure and kidney stones. It's advisable to avoid excessive consumption of pickles. Apricots. Try them for a healthy dose of vitamin A, vitamin C, copper, and potassium. 1 cup of fresh sliced apricots contains 427 milligrams of potassium, while just 1 ounce of dried apricots has 1.5 grams. So, if you're on a low potassium diet, 1 cup of dried apricots is all you need at 2,000 milligrams per day. However, on a renal diet, it's best to avoid apricots, particularly dried ones. Potatoes and sweet potatoes. Vegetables such as potatoes and sweet potatoes are good sources of potassium. A medium-sized baked potato contains 610 milligrams of potassium, while a similarly sized baked sweet potato has 542 milligrams. However, you can reduce the potassium content in these vegetables by soaking or leaching them. Studies have shown that cooking potatoes, especially in cold water, can significantly decrease their potassium content. Soaking potatoes in water for 5 to 10 minutes can lower their potassium content by up to 20%. This process, known as potassium leaching or the double cook method, reduces the concentration of potassium in potatoes. Nonetheless, it's worth noting that potatoes still contain some potassium even after being double cooked. Therefore, it's important to monitor your intake if you're watching your potassium levels. Sodas, especially dark-colored ones, contain phosphorus chemicals in addition to high calories and sugar. Phosphorus is important for healthy bone and tooth development, but consuming excessive amounts can be harmful. A can of Coke typically contains between 50 and 100 milligrams of additive phosphorus, which is more easily absorbed by the body compared to natural phosphorus found in food. Phosphorus additives are commonly listed on product labels, although the specific amount used is not always disclosed. If you drink a lot of soda, be cautious. Oranges. While oranges are liked by many, their high potassium content may not be suitable for renal patients watching their weight. Kidney disease can lead to an accumulation of potassium in the blood, which can cause heart problems. One 8-ounce serving of orange juice contains about 458 milligrams of potassium, while one orange contains about 330 milligrams. However, one glass of orange juice in the morning may not be enough to quench thirst. Grapes, apples, cranberries, and their juices are good alternatives to oranges as they have a lower potassium concentration that is beneficial for kidney health. Whole wheat bread. People with kidney illnesses may struggle to determine the best bread for their health. Many believe that any type of bread is healthier than white bread. Whole wheat bread is rich in vitamins and minerals, and its higher fiber content suggests potential health benefits. However, those with kidney disease typically opt for white bread due to its lower levels of phosphorus and potassium. The phosphorus and potassium content in bread increases with the amount of bran and whole grains it contains. A single slice of whole wheat bread contains approximately 75 milligrams of phosphorus and 69 milligrams of potassium. For a sandwich, that's 150 milligrams of phosphorus and 138 milligrams of potassium, without considering additional ingredients like meat. In contrast, a regular slice of white bread contains only about 29 milligrams of phosphorus and potassium. Bananas. Number 10 on the list is bananas, which are high in potassium. If you have kidney disease, it's important to reduce your potassium intake. The kidneys filter waste, including potassium, and excrete it in urine. Bananas are a well-known source of potassium, with about 422 milligrams per banana. People often eat multiple bananas at once because they are low in calories and taste great. If you have kidney disease, you should aim for 1,500 to 2,700 milligrams of potassium per day. This means one banana can provide between 15 and 28% of your recommended daily potassium intake. If you need to cut back on potassium but love bananas, you may find it challenging. However, pineapples have much less potassium than other tropical fruits and can be a healthy and tasty alternative. Processed red meat. Processed red meat is considered unhealthy due to the presence of preservatives. These meats are preserved through various processes, resulting in a high sodium content for flavor and preservation purposes. Consuming excessive amounts of processed meat can make it challenging to limit sodium intake to recommended levels. Additionally, processed meats are rich in protein, so it is advisable to reduce their consumption if protein intake needs to be limited. Kidney disease patients who regularly consume processed red meat face a significantly higher risk of developing kidney failure compared to those who primarily consume fresh vegetables. Examples of processed meats include bacon, pepperoni, jerky, sausages, and hot dogs. Dairy. Dairy products are rich in vitamins, minerals, phosphorus, potassium, and protein. However, patients with kidney disease should limit their intake of phosphorus-rich foods, including dairy, as they can harm bone health. It may be surprising, but excessive phosphorus can lead to a buildup in the blood, depleting calcium from the bones and causing bone loss and fractures over time. Dairy products are also high in protein, with about 8 grams in a cup of whole milk. To avoid an accumulation of protein waste in the blood, it may be necessary to limit dairy consumption. If you're following a renal diet, you can substitute cow's milk with unenriched rice milk or almond milk, which have lower levels of potassium, phosphorus, and protein. If you're looking for food options suitable for unhealthy kidneys, here are some safe and tasty recipes for individuals with chronic kidney disease. Managing a renal diet can be challenging, but it's still possible to enjoy delicious meals that are kidney-friendly. In the video's description, we've provided the National Kidney Foundation's delightful recommendations for your convenience. These alternatives are particularly suited for those with chronic kidney disease. Some examples include baked salmon with roasted asparagus, chicken noodle soup, chicken fajitas, Cobb salad. Now that you know what foods to avoid with kidney disease, here are some proven ways to keep your kidneys healthy from the start. Drink water. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to maintain good kidney health and reduce the risk of chronic renal disease. Aim to drink between 1.5 and 2 liters of water daily, taking into account your individual needs based on factors such as climate, physical activity level, gender, general health and pregnancy, or breastfeeding status. Increasing fluid intake may also be beneficial for those with a history of kidney stones to minimize the risk of new stone formation. Setting a water intake goal can help you stay on track, and remember to stay hydrated. Manage your blood sugar levels. High blood sugar levels from conditions like diabetes can cause kidney damage. When your cells can't use the glucose in your blood, your kidneys have to work harder to filter it. Over time, this can become life-threatening. However, controlling your blood sugar can reduce the risk of complications. Early detection also allows for medical intervention to limit or prevent further damage. Stay active. Stay active to improve your overall health. Regular exercise has numerous benefits, including reducing the risk of chronic renal disease, lowering blood pressure, and improving heart health. You don't have to be an athlete to experience these benefits. Activities like walking, running, cycling, and dancing are all great ways to stay healthy and have fun. By maintaining an active lifestyle, you'll find it easier to stick to your plan and achieve your goal. Healthy weight. To maintain good kidney health, it's important to maintain a healthy weight. Being overweight or obese increases the risk of various diseases that can negatively affect the kidneys, such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and kidney disease. To lower the risk of kidney disease, focus on a well-balanced diet that includes fewer foods high in sodium and processed meats. Opt for fresh produce, fruits, and low-salt grains like cauliflower, blueberries, salmon, and whole grains like cauliflower, blueberries. Blood pressure. Monitor and manage your blood pressure to protect your kidneys and overall health. High blood pressure can cause kidney damage, especially when combined with conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or high cholesterol. Take steps to lower your blood pressure through lifestyle changes and a healthy diet. It's important to regularly monitor your blood pressure, make any necessary lifestyle adjustments, and consider medication if needed. Discuss these options with your doctor for personalized guidance. We hope you found this video informative and helpful. I recommend watch these videos and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.